Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night.
Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Boogeyman Radio. I am Dave.
I'm Charles.
And you might notice something different.
You trimmed your nose hair.
I did, actually.
Oh, wow. I'm glad I noticed that. Wait, you have no hair on top? What the...
I transplanted it.
Oh, okay. Did you donate to cancer victims?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
I used it for curses. I cursed a lot of people.
Oh, okay.
Usually you're supposed to use a little tuft of hair, but like I had a lot of people I wanted to curse, so...
Well, wouldn't you just curse yourself then?
Son of a bitch.
That's what I thought. That's why. That makes total sense now.
Yeah. Yeah, for those that don't know, I've been sick for the last few days, so not because of this.
Just because he shaved his hair and cursed himself.
It's just because of that. But no, so I'm gonna be like, I might struggle through this a little bit, but be all right.
Yeah, we'll be fine. It'll be okay. We'll get through it.
I'm on the back end of it all. So
Are you? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
How sure are you sure?
I can breathe through my nose, sure.
Well, that is pretty sure, I guess. Yeah. That makes total sense.
It was all congestion. Like it started in my nose and throat and then just kind of worked down. Started to go into my lungs, but I fought that off. And then it's just...
You know what they say that is, right? Allergies.
Allergies don't give you fevers, does it?
What's up, Spurrier? Hi, kid. True. I guess they don't give you fevers. Yeah. Maybe.
I've had fever off and on. I got it from my daughter.
Ah, that's right. She was sick, wasn't she? Josh, what's up, bud? Yeah, that'll happen. Kids, damn it, they'll get you sick.
Little germ bot.
Their immune systems, man. They got great immune systems until they give it to you, and then you're screwed.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what we're doing too. We didn't like this bout of her sick, what she went through. Like we decided not to give her any medicine for it. We just let it run.
Just let it roll. Yeah.
Let it help build her immune system. I did give her some vitamin C, but that was...
Dave, you're mutating the strain. What are you thinking? God, how inconsiderate of you. Now someone's gonna get killed from this strain of sickness. Probably. What is wrong with you?
Hey, it ain't my daughter.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, like, that's gonna...
Yeah, I know what you meant. It's your daughter mutating it, not giving it to someone else. Oh, he's gonna be being he's gonna be passed around. Anyways,
yeah, he is. So yeah, my week's been kind of weird. My 4th of July was non-existent. I basically stayed inside. I did nothing since the last show, really.
Yeah.
Except I took my car to the shop today, and that was about it.
That sounds like a dream, though. Just doing nothing. Kidding.
Yeah, it was.
No, I know. I'm totally kidding.
I did started upping my TikTok game a little bit.
Oh, nice. Saw you were posting a few things on there. That's what's up.
I got more coming. I'm just kind of spacing them apart. Been trying to post on my Twitter a little more. My new Twitter account, because I couldn't log into my old one.
Yeah, I saw that TikTok knocked you down a point.
Yeah. I got reported for a meme.
Oh, man. A joke that's offensive. Oh, the horror. Society is ending because of what you posted.
It's pretty funny, though. Like, it was a
I bet.
Meme. It was a good meme.
I love fighting people with memes. It's the best.
Yeah. But no, like, I've been working on my social media game. Doing a little more advertising for the Haunting History Paracon.
Good.
I'll talk about that here in a little bit, because we did get a new name. If you weren't here last week, then this is probably news to you. We'll talk about that in a minute. But how was your weekend?
It was good. I had a 3-day weekend. Sunday was awesome. I didn't really do anything special Sunday. Just kind of went and visited some friends. They had a fireworks stand about 30 minutes away from me, so I wanted to make the trip to go see them. And yeah, it was good. Monday, got to spend it with folks and family, and that was really nice. Much needed. It was my first 4th of July off in like 4 years, so it was great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like it was nice. Um, had some things happen last night that I wasn't too happy about, but that's
Oh, no.
all right. Doesn't need to get on the airwaves. Other than
Everybody's
that,
got their fingers, right?
huh?
Everybody's got their fingers.
Oh yeah. No, that was not an issue. We were smart by setting we set off a whole like show of stuff. Like it was great. It was a lot
Well,
of fun.
from the amount that you told me you spent, I would assume it was a pretty
Dude,
good.
and that's not even everything. The people that were with us that brought
Yeah.
stuff too, they brought like 19 cakes. 19.
Wow.
We had one heck of a show.
I bet.
It was would have been great if it didn't blow up in like 5 minutes, but you know, I hate shows that go up like that. So
Yeah.
that was not my call, but hey, whatever. So, but it,
they shoot theirs off. It's like,
yeah,
it
it
takes
just
time to
from and then people were complaining that it went up too fast, so I got really heated. But yeah, not a good night last night, but that's okay. Tuesday today, it's just been a good day. Been a nice day all around. It's just hot. It is insanely hot today.
I'm sweating and my nipples are sweating.
Well, I mean that's generally what happens when you sweat.
Yeah.
You know, it's what
I just wanted
happens.
to say nipples. That was it.
Of course you'd have wanted to. But yeah, it's been a good weekend though so far. I'm not looking forward to going back to work tomorrow, but that's okay.
Yeah, me either, man. Me either. I feel like we're cursed. I think
We are
everybody's
cursed. I think we're all cursed.
We have to work to stay alive.
We have to stay alive to work.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yep. Gators getting close. What's up, Angel?
Gator don't play no shit. Hey, Angel,
Gator
long
doesn't
time
play
no
no.
see.
He doesn't take no crap.
Did you just like edit me?
Me?
Yeah. Said Gator don't take no crap.
Oh, I love that
Gator
movie,
don't play
man.
no
It's
shit.
so funny. Gator wants his gat back. You think what I'm thinking, partner? Aim for the bushes.
One day we should have Will Ferrell on. I think that'd be amazing.
Maybe. I don't know. Because, I don't know.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Sure.
I mean, with the Hadron Collider, launching today, who knows what tomorrow's going to bring?
True.
Maybe he's going to be a paranormal investigator in this other dimension.
And I'm not in the right mood or right mind to prepare myself for that Hadron Collider launching today. So that's great, right? But yeah, Kim has a question for you.
I probably will. I'm slowly getting more fascinated by squatching. Yeah,
Of course
so
you are.
I'm probably gonna go do that. As opposed, like, I know they've got the ghost hunt at the Ray County Museum. I did that last year, or was it last year or the year before? I don't remember.
Well, I know you have a theory about squatching and some other things that I know you want to explore, which I can't wait to hear more about eventually. But yeah, that's going to be interesting.
So yeah, and that kind of, I don't know what the area holds for like Bigfoot and the evidence behind it and everything like that, but up there at the event, I've been to the venue. It's out in the middle of the country, but I don't know. Like, it's a lot of it's fields, so I don't.
Yeah.
I kind of have a
Not
hard
so
time
much.
wrapping my brain around it.
Not as much cover, eh?
I mean, there's a lot of cover there, but there's also a lot of fields. So, like, I'm not saying that Bigfoot can't run through there because they've been spotted in Kansas of all places. But
Who would want to be there?
yeah, exactly. If they can be spotted in Kansas, they're definitely gonna be spotted here. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. The place has a feel of its own at that venue. It's gonna be a good event. So if you guys want to come out to that one, and
Fall into the Supernatural. Is that the one in September?
it's in August.
It's in August.
I
Oh,
think. August 24th, I believe.
August what? 24th?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna look it up. 'Cause I feel
Softball
bad
mom
not
tonight.
knowing.
That's what's up, Casey. Jeez, Casey. Jesus. I'm just messing up today. It's not been a good day. In your backyard? Nice, Breer.
Let's see. Yeah, no, it is September 23rd through the 25th. I haven't.
No way.
Right.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. That's my birthday.
The 23rd, 24th.
Yeah. September 23rd is my birthday.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, come on out. We'll sing you happy birthday in front of everybody.
What town?
It's
This is the first I'm hearing of it, honestly. I haven't heard anything of it.
I'm trying to think of the name of the town up there. Help me out here, Kim.
Yo, in the chat, what's the town this is being taking place? Wait. Squatch hunting? Where?
Lexington, Missouri.
Oh, really? I thought you were saying in Kansas.
No, I was saying there was Squatch sites.
Oh, well, let me figure out where Lexington's at, because
I can tell you it's about 40 minutes from Kansas City.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm there.
I drive through a part of Kansas City to get there.
So it's south?
East.
Southeast?
A little more north, too. A little more northeast. But, yeah.
So, like, on the way through the middle of Missouri, like, a little bit north?
Yeah.
Okay. So why do you drive through there?
Because that's how my Google Map takes me. It takes me up the main highway, and then I cut off.
You don't go up 71 highway?
No, I'll show you the map.
Huh. I'm looking it up right now at Lexington. I will, like, I think I have that weekend requested off, so. And it's the whole weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not far from me at all.
No.
I actually was just, like, literally 15 minutes away from, like, my friend's fireworks place is in a town called Oak Grove, and that's not far from Lexington.
Okay, so Lexington. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. I'm looking at it right now. I can take 24, go all the way across, and then boom, right there. It's just off of 13.
Or am I thinking of, like, where the Ray County Museum's at? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Possibly. I'm not quite sure.
But, like, Ray County Museum's pretty close to Lexington as well. So they do a ghost hunt there. I guess they're going to be doing the Sasquatch hunting at the event, too. So
cool.
Since that's a new feature, I'm going to do that probably.
Sounds dope.
Yeah.
I'll have to get on the website and get onto this because I definitely want to go. 13.
I'm not sure who's on here representing Build Rights Network, but
13. It's probably Carl.
Probably.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, that's gonna be fun.
It's either Carl or Gary, one of the two. I'm guessing it's Carl.
There's a few returning speakers, and like Jessica Potter's gonna be there, so you come out, you get to meet her in person finally.
Amazing.
I forget who else. Some of the speakers I don't know. So like, I'm kind of. I feel shitty because I remember.
Oh, that's all right. But I'll go look it up after this because
I can't really.
Shoot, if it's on my birthday, I might as well go. I mean, I don't have anything set in stone yet, but.
Those are vendors.
July 30th is investigation at your cemetery. Oof. This is Carl. See, I thought so. The 30th is on a Saturday.
Put all the information up there, Carl, if you want. We'll post it up on the video here. But Katie's gonna be there. Cool. Good to see her again.
Katie will. Don't know if KD will be there. Nice.
That's fine. Everybody's interested in Katie anyway.
Well,
dude, Katie is fun.
She's got a fun TikTok, so yeah.
So like, yeah, she's a hoot.
Good.
Hey, if you let her, she'll talk your ear off too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like getting general discussions going with people.
Hell, we might have her on. We might as well have them on, like, sometime.
Honestly, I don't know how it hasn't happened yet.
We'll get them on.
Same as Carl. Same as we haven't. I mean, we unofficially had Spurrier on, but we should get him on sometime too, like for an official show.
I think we will here shortly.
Eventually. What's up, Lori? Good to see you.
If things happen, if certain things, happen, we'll.
Oh, dude, I
have
get
them
it.
on here pretty soon.
That's what's up. So, what are we talking about today, Dave? Because we're cursed.
Curses. Curses. Yes. Yeah. So, people can look at curses in two ways.
Mm-hmm.
I think mystical.
Yes.
Or superstitious.
Yeah.
Which, if you're looking at it in a superstitious way, you're more or less saying psychological.
Yeah, it's almost like the oh, what is it? The you go under, or what are those? I can't remember the exact name for them, but if you step on a crack, you break your mom's back.
Yeah.
If you go underneath an open ladder, whatever. Something I can't remember the bad thing for that one,
Having a
but
black cat cross your path.
yeah, like just
Breaking a mirror.
having a rabbit's foot for good luck or something, like just general things like that.
So a curse can also be called an imprecation, malediction, execration, malison. There's a lot of words for it, but it's any expressed wish that some form of adversity or misfortune will befall on or attach to one or more persons, a place, or a thing. In particular, you have cursed dolls that seem to be popular nowadays. I don't know that that for like a year maybe it seemed like every location was bringing in dolls to the location. And
I've
would
noticed
say-
that too.
And would say that they're haunted, and that would be a form of curse, right?
Yeah. Well, what do you mean?
Attaching a spirit to an object that would technically be cursing it.
I mean, it would be a cursed object, yes.
Um,
But
that-
here's the thing, though. If you have the doll, is bad fortune's going to happen to you? Because then that would be, then it would be a curse.
Well, think of a demonic attachment to it. I mean, that would be technically a curse because bad things would be happening.
You would think.
But hexes and things like that, not all of them are bad.
True.
So,
It just depends on the caster and how they put them out there.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend of mine that she willingly admitted that she does hexing and curses, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not okay with that. Please, I don't ever want to be around for stuff like that.
Yeah, don't hate me, but I don't want to be around you.
Yeah, that's calling on bad stuff, and I'm not there for that.
Yeah.
Unless you own a collider, yeah, right. And I guess okay. So speaking of that, I know we just talked about it a little bit ago. Apparently, they already discovered like 2 or 3 new particles or something.
Today?
Yeah, like with just turning it on today.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what I
Ricky?
said. That's what
Where
I
did they
said.
come from? That's what I know.
From just colliding matter together. I don't know. Different kinds of matter and I don't know how this stuff works. It just works. Scientists.
I know they were looking for the God particle, but like,
I thought they had found the God particle.
well, I thought the whole thing was that they wanted to like explore it even further, like the God particle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Kid says, "You got it."
Yeah, like, and that's the thing is, like, I don't want to, like, I'll still consider that person my friend, but I don't want to be around them when they're, like, doing those sorts of things. It's not what I want.
No.
Particle man, do the things that particle can. Nice. Well, I mean, so I'm hoping for more, not necessarily results, but I'm sure there'll be stuff coming out. Like, people will either try to say, oh, more Mandela effects, or
That's been the consensus, but I don't think it'll actually. If that were to happen, we're not going to realize it.
oh, that's the point. That's the whole, like, we're not gonna realize it till it's too late.
No, we don't even know.
Yeah. So it's whether we're opening a portal to other weird places or developing new matter. Who knows?
Yeah. So anyway, with
Back
the,
to curses.
Curses could be anything from attaching a spiritual entity to an object, person, or place, or even just a spell of magic, whether it be like bad luck or good luck, kind of like a hex or a jinx. Jinx, pinch, poke, you owe me a coke. I don't know if you ever heard that.
Many times. I owe a lot of people coke.
You drug dealing son of a gun.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
So to reverse or eliminate said curse is sometimes called a removal or breaking, as the spell has to be dispelled and is often required elaborate rituals or prayers. And again, we did talk about like that. We did mention how there's different types or different things that can be cursed. Hence Zach Baggins Museum of Natural Wonders, or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know.
Am I going to the museum to investigate? Probably not. If the Bigfoot thing and the museum are on the same day, then no. I'll be doing the Bigfoot thing. Hopefully I won't be sick. That'd really suck.
Would really suck.
But yeah, I mean, like, Zach Bagans is getting known for collecting haunted objects, you know? These, like, Bela Lugosi's mirror. There's this curse on it. He's got, I think half the stuff he just says is cursed or it's haunted because of where it came from or who it came from. Like Dr. Kevorkian's van, where he did the assisted suicides. I mean, can't say that's cursed. I don't really think it would be haunted, because why would somebody stay in the van? Unless you were eating government cheese in a van down by the river. I really wanted to yell it, but I was like, nope.
Nope. Not this go around.
Oh, you do that. You do that. Send him my way. I'll be glad to tell him in person. But no, like, not everything is actually cursed or haunted, but I bet it was. I bet you spent plenty of time in that van contemplating. Didn't you, Justin? Admit it. Oh, this looks cool.
Why is it salty? Sorry. That's horrible.
Everybody's looking at it like, oh, you shouldn't. He's like, oh. Love the way it rolls off the tongue, eh, Justin?
Oh.
Right there.
Be careful, he might curse us. Let's calm down now. The van was my office for the weekend. Oh.
Oh, man. All right, let's get back into curses.
All right, let's do it.
So one of the most famous curses comes straight from Egypt. Yes? Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, I would absolutely agree. Absolutely agree.
Why don't you tell us about it, Joe Charles?
Bye, Kim. I will tell you about all of it. So, I would say the most famous, which the curses I'm going to be talking about today are all dealing with Egypt, but at least for this show. But the most famous one would have to be from Tutankhamun's tomb, I think. Which, from my understanding, is where they also get the idea of, oh gosh, what is it? The Mummy movies.
Yeah.
Where you desecrate the tomb, you disturb the tomb, whatever, and the mummy's gonna come back and haunt you and take your life and all that kind of stuff. Now, I love those movies. I love the originals. I love the Brendan Fraser ones. Haven't seen the recent ones. Or the recent one, I should say, with Tom Cruise. Yeah, when I say recent, it's the most recent one, which Tom Cruise did.
I didn't know he did a mummy movie.
Yeah, it was kind of like under the radar. It might have come out during COVID or right before COVID.
Now I'm gonna have to look this up and see.
Yeah, it's a female empress, I think. I'm not sure. I have no idea who it's about. It could be, what's her name?
The chick from the other mummy movies, maybe?
No, it's no correlation.
Oh.
There was talk of.
Okay, now I remember what movie you're talking about.
Yeah.
And they were flying her back on the plane, and she busted out of her where they were like flying her back on the plane. She was in her tomb. They were flying the tomb out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the trailer, yeah. Now I don't know which mummy that was, like specifically who she was, but I mean I'm down to watch it. I haven't watched it yet, but from what I remember, is it WB that owns that franchise? Whoever owns that franchise of monsters, like the old-fashioned monsters, they were trying to restart their MonsterVerse, and it like COVID hit, so it was like couldn't really do that. So we'll see what happens with it. But it was
I'll tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's not gonna be worth spit if they don't bring back the Toxic Avenger.
I would love to see a toxic like a today's Toxic Avenger movies.
Right.
It'd be really cool. All right, so
Make
in
it
what?
and
Oh.
just make it as cheesy.
Oh, it's super cheesy. Gotta make it cheesy. All right, so in February 1923, a British archaeological team opened the tomb of Tutankhamun, or King Tut, an Egyptian pharaoh during the 14th century BC. 2 months later, when the team's sponsor died from a bacterial infection, British newspapers claimed without evidence that he died because of the King Tut's curse. Whenever subsequent members of the team died, the media dredged up the alleged curse again. King Tut's curse was, and other famous mummy curses, were invented by Europeans and Americans, while their countries removed priceless artifacts from Egypt after the Titanic sank in 1912. Some newspapers even promoted a conspiracy theory that the ship had sunk because of a mummy's curse. So, by the way, I didn't know about that. Yeah, I didn't know about that, and I did some more like digging into it, and supposedly it went around for a while that there was a mummy being transported on the Titanic. Yeah, I don't know. I just
Where did they
so
expect it to go?
wherever the ship was going. I don't know where was the ship destined to go. Was it America?
I thought it was just a cruise kind of thing.
No, I don't think that. No, I thought the Titanic was like set sail to a certain place, because that, like, anyways. So it's not clear how many people actually took these curses seriously. But these stories became popular with horror movies, like I just said. But yeah, it's that would have to be the most famous one. And real quick, I'll give some more information on that specific one. So it was ignored by. So the actual curse was, "Death shall come on swift wings to who disturbs the peace of the king." It was ignored by Egyptologist Lord Carnarvon and discoverer Howard Carter when they decided to open the tomb. Lord Carnarvon was a financial backer of the team that died 4 months after opening the tomb. What was interesting is that he died of a mosquito bite on his cheek, bacteria infection, and then when he died, all the lights in his home mysteriously went out. Interesting, eh?
See, I heard that everybody died from like bacterial infections or something like that, and
Yeah.
they said that the tomb could have had some kind of bacteria growth in there.
That's what makes total sense to me, because you have all that air and stuff in there that hasn't been open for years.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of years.
But could that not be part of the curse?
True. It very,
No.
very well could be.
They were
Well, it's
willing.
also the same as like we're drilling into ice, and we're getting different kinds of bacteria from like the Stone Age that we have no idea what is about.
And they're trying to revamp it all. It's like, oh, we'll see what happens when we do this.
It's like science could be the death of us eventually. Just saying, in many, many different ways.
Like,
We're
if
all
you don't
curious.
watch The Thing,
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, bring that back to.
John Stewart said it best. We owe our life to science, but it also could be the death. Like, it will most likely be the end of us.
Oh, for sure.
Just pushing a little too far.
Yeah.
Death.
Now, curses and stuff like that just aren't just in the science realm. It's in the sports realm.
Oh yeah.
And it's in everyday life too. So here's a list of 10 famous curses. I don't know how many we'll get through, but try to get through some of these. Number 10 being James Dean and the Curse of Little Bastard.
Oh yeah.
On September 30th, 1955, James Dean was killed when the silver Porsche 550 Spider, he called Little Bastard, was struck by an oncoming vehicle. Within about a year of Dean's crash, the car was at least loosely involved in 2 more fatal accidents and 2 other injuries. The better confirmed series of incidents occurred after hot rod designer George Barris purchased the car. While getting a tune-up, Little Bastard fell on a mechanic's leg and broke them. 2 doctors supposedly purchased the engine and transmission from the car, of whom one was killed. and the others seriously injured in subsequent car accidents. So the doctors, two doctors, were both killed in back-to-back accidents. Um, or one was killed, the other one seriously injured. Mechanic was had his legs broken. Um, Someone else had purchased the tires, which blew simultaneously, sending the driver to the hospital. From there, reports get a bit more muddled. They know that Little Bastard's shell disappeared sometime before 1960 while on an exhibition circuit. According to some, a truck carrying it crashed, killing the driver, and Little Bastard was gone by the time the authorities arrived on scene. I kind of wonder if Christine was kind of made, based off of this. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I could see that 100%. I could totally see that. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Whenever I do that, I'm muting my mic.
Well, I mean, it just like that's the perfect setup for a movie.
Oh,
A car that kills people. Sounds like Christine.
So number 9, they have the King Tut's tomb. We'll bypass that one.
I think one of my favorite like inanimate objects that kills people movie would have to be called Rubber. Have you ever heard of it?
No, but I have heard of the killer condom.
It is not that kind of thing. It's a killer tire. Seriously, it's such a great movie because it breaks all the, I'm going to say, boundaries or rules or laws of movies where basically the director comes out and is like, this movie is not going to make any sense and it's not supposed to. It starts off of him driving a car in the desert and hitting every single, there's chairs just stacked zigzagged, and he's just he hits every single chair with the car, gets out of the car, someone hands him a microphone and is like, this, basically along the lines of, this movie's not going to make any sense and it's not supposed to. I'm like, yes, I love this already, this is great. So if you ever get the chance to see it, highly recommend it. Tire or Rubber. Yeah.
Rubber. The Curse of Spider-Man: Turn Off the Dark. Have you heard of this?
Nope.
All right.
I don't know if I want to.
It took 9 years of rehearsals to get the seemingly cursed Broadway musical Spider-Man: Turn Off the Dark off the ground.
Huh.
The play, Julie Taymor's reinterpretation of the comic book superhero's bid to save New York City, was plagued by one delay after another, despite an all-star cast and crew that included superstars like Bono and The Edge, both members of the band U2. The trouble began when the show's budget began to blossom uncontrollably, racking up a record $65 million in more in expenses. Wow.
Yeah.
Then in the musical's third year of rehearsing, producer Tony Adams died of a heart attack at the age of 52. There were so many injuries to the cast during the rehearsal of high-flying spider stunts that the Occupational Safety and Health Administration stepped in to investigate. Director Julie Taymor was fired and replaced by former Barnum and Bailey director Philip William McKinley. And then the show's opening date was pushed back at least 5 times. When the production did finally open in June of 2011, good luck seemed to prevail. During the final week of 2011, Spider-Man grossed a record-breaking $2.9 million from just 9 performances. But the show closed in 2014, citing weak ticket sales and the difficulty of getting injury insurance. At the time of closure, it had not made its money back. So here's a hot tip for everybody that's looking to get into Broadway. Don't. That just sounds like a hassle.
What a great way to kill a career. Just don't do it. Don't waste your time.
But I want to win a Tony.
Yeah. Sure.
I've heard you've mentioned this one before. The 27 Club.
Ah, yes. I had that one looked up, but go ahead. Go for it.
If you're a rock star and you're about to turn 27, you might want to consider taking a year off to avoid membership in the club.
Yep.
Trust us, this is an exclusive club that you do not want to join. Take Robert Johnson, for example. Johnson, who Eric Clapton called the most important blues musician who ever lived, played the guitar so well that some said he must have made a deal with the devil. Some friends of mine from the band Framing the Red, they actually have a song about Robert Johnson called Crossroads. It's a good song. You should check it out. So when he died at 27, folks said it must have been time to pay up. Since Johnson, a host of musical geniuses have gone too early, or to an early grave at the age of 27. Brian Jones, founding member of the Rolling Stones, died at the age of 27 in 1969. Then it was both Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin in 1970.
Oh,
Then
wow.
Jim Morrison the following year. Kurt Cobain joined the club in 1994, and so did Amy Winehouse in 2011. All 27 years old. Is it a coincidence?
I think not. I'm kidding.
A tragic combination of fame, addiction, and depression at a young age? Or were these musical geniuses paying debts too?
Well, people tend to collapse under fame.
They do. They do.
And it's not a good thing when you owe something to you know who.
Yeah.
And honestly, like the more you get older, the more you hear about things, it almost doesn't even sound like the devil anymore. It's more of like you owe your soul to just Hollywood and the corporations there. Because when you think about it, those artists have to go through hell to perform.
This one really hits like close to home. Super close
Okay.
to home. The Billy Goat Curse. In 1945, William Billy Goat Sinus brought his pet goat, Murphy, to Wrigley Field to see the fourth game of the 1945 World Series between the Cubs and the Tigers. Cianis and his goat were later ejected from the stadium after complaints from fellow fans, and Cianis reportedly put a curse on the team that day. And ever since, the Cubs have had legendary bad luck. Some of you might know this, but up until 2016, the Cubs hadn't won a World Series since 1908. That's over 100 years.
Jeez.
Yeah. We've been close. Been very close. Like 1 out away from going to the World Series. But something always has to happen. A fan has to catch the ball instead of the player catching it, causing the game to go on and allowing the team to score an extra run.
Right.
I don't want to mention the guy's name because from what I have heard on some shows, he's actually still in protection.
Oh, good.
Steve Bartman.
What?
Bastard. And that literally happened. Steve Bartman was at a game. He had headphones on. He was listening to the radio broadcast. And he was sitting along the sidelines. It was the Marlins and Cubs in the conference championship. If we just get one more out, we're going to the World Series. Guy hits it. Ball's drifting to the foul line. Moises Alou goes to jump up to catch this foul ball. It's right there. And fucking Steve Bartman just reaches up and catches it. So the ball is considered foul. Next pitch, dude gets a hit. They score a run. They go to the World Series.
Wow.
Yeah, we were that close that year. So yeah, throughout the years, Cubs players and fans have experienced an agony in repeated late season collapses when victory seemed imminent. In 1969, 1984, 1989, 2003, the Cubs were painfully close to advancing to the World Series, but couldn't hold the lead. Even those who don't consider themselves Cubs fans blame the Hex for the weird and almost comical losses year after year after year after year after year. That's why they're the lovable Cubbies. The Cubbies have not won a world. Like I said, they didn't win a World Series since 1908, but they won in 2016, breaking the curse thanks to Theo Epstein, who broke the Boston Red Sox curse, which we'll talk about here in a second.
Okay.
No other team in the history of the game has gone that long without a championship.
Well, so what you're saying is that when the Cubs actually win the championship, the world's going to end.
Well, they won in 2016.
See, I knew it. The world's ending.
That was the turning point.
It wasn't 2012, guys. It was the Cubs winning.
Yeah. Now, as far as like the Red Sox curse, it was called the Curse of the Bambino. So after the Red Sox sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees, Babe Ruth, who in Boston won 3 of 5 World Series titles at the time, and then they sold him to the Yankees, where he won 4 more championships. It took the Red Sox 86 years to win another World Series. They went from 1918 to 2004. In 2004, the Red Sox made history in the American League Championship Series, coming back from a 0-3 game, 0-3 win-loss thing, winning 4 games in a row against their arch rivals, the New York Yankees, blowing out Game 7 in the Bronx 10-3. This is cited as one of the greatest comebacks in sports history. The Red Sox secured the AL championship by defeating the Cardinals.
I don't know, man. There's been several times that the Royals have come back and like they won, and it's just like, what? Like, where'd this come from? Kind of thing.
Yeah. It's insane. Like the sports curses, athletes have a lot of superstitions in the locker room, off field, sometimes on field, like wearing same socks on game day or something like that, wearing your lucky headband or something. But when it comes to like 100+ years of not winning a championship,
yeah,
at some point you got to be like, maybe this isn't a superstitious thing.
Right. So Angel says, I missed all of that. What is the website?
Which website?
Possibly the website that you're talking from. The curses that you're listing off?
Oh, it's from howstuffworks.com. Yeah.
Just making sure they can say others too. How many more you got left?
Oh, there's plenty others I can do, but if you got something you want to bring up, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to talk a little bit more about Egyptian stuff. So
Okay, go for it.
I love ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt's one of my favorite subjects to talk about. So, of course, there's plenty of curses from Egypt. Well, he's gone. Oh well. I know. Just kidding. An ancient Egyptian relic was sent in 2007 with a note to the German embassy in Egypt. With a note from an anonymous sender confessing that since its theft, it caused nothing but pain and suffering for him and his family. Apparently, the thief stole the relic when he was in Egypt as a souvenir, and took it with him to Germany, but he suddenly started suffering from an unknown illness. He became feverish, his illness evolved to paralysis, and eventually death. The relic was sent back by the thief's stepson, who believed that there would not be rest for his family nor the soul of his stepfather until it was returned. It's wild.
It reminds me of Native American curses too, where people go rooting around in burial sites or
absolutely,
whatever, and people take the pottery, they take the
it's
shoes,
stupid.
they take the bones. Like, how dumb.
If it wasn't given to you, you are asking for it.
Yeah, and there's certain sites where there was a story of some kids that took some rocks from a cave, and their grandfather was like, "Where'd you get these?" Put them back because they were having some bad luck kind of things. Kids put them back, and the bad luck stopped.
Well, curse the Bell Witch.
There's that.
Just saying. Alright, so next one I was going to talk about is the severed hand. While thankfully no one died, we think this one deserves its place on the list. Sir Bruce Ingram was a friend of Howard Carter, which that's the guy who helped with the Tutankhamun grave. So, it was no surprise that he received gifts from his friend. However, this gift was kind of creepy. It was a severed mummified hand wearing a bracelet which was inscribed with the words, "Cursed be he who moves my body." A few days later, Ingram's house was burned to the ground, and after rebuilding the house, it was hit with a flood, destroying it. That's some pretty crappy luck, if you ask me.
It's like, okay, take the hand back.
Yeah, just send it back, please, please. No,
Why would anybody want a severed hand? Honestly,
I don't know.
It's like the monkey
Oh,
thing.
shoot, and I didn't realize this, but apparently there was a little bit more to the Tutankhamun thing.
Go for
So, a wealthy American named George J. Gould visited Tutankhamun's tomb a year after its discovery, but he fell sick as soon as he left the tomb and never recovered and died of pneumonia later. Sir Archibald Reed, on the other hand, wasn't even on the expedition. He was a radiologist and was just given the mummy of Tutankhamun to x-ray. He got sick the day after receiving the mummy and died less than a week later.
Good grief.
It just continues to just body count, man. Whew. Then another one, The Book of the Dead. Beautiful. Aaron Ember, an American archaeologist, died in his house when it burned down just after hosting a lavish dinner party. While he and his family could have left safely, he went back to save documents he was working on titled The Egyptian Book of the Dead. So it wasn't even the actual Book of the Dead.
Right.
Oh yeah, here's the this is the mummy's coffin that killed 1,500 people. So this one is kind of tricky, as many claim it's not really true, but it's an interesting story nonetheless. It started out as a ghost story. Sounds were heard coming from a mummy's wooden coffin at night in one of the British museums. But when one of the museum guards died mysteriously, they decided to ship the coffin to the U.S. to get rid of the ship. Oh gosh, hold on. Random call from somebody.
Felt like I was on the Titanic.
Yeah, it is the Titanic, yes. Name the Titanic, the rest of the story is history. I had never heard of that.
I hadn't either. Well, there's
Dutch witches use hexes for good and bad. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did say at the beginning, like.
Well, no, I know. I just didn't realize it was specifically Dutch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
Well,
that's
it's not-
interesting to me.
Well, I mean,
I guess it's not
Native
specifically
Americans-
Dutch, but she was just giving an example.
Yeah, Native Americans, Middle Eastern, and Mediterranean culture.
I was
Also-
hexed once.
Also do those. In fact, the evil eye, that came out of the Mediterranean.
Yeah, that was one I was going to talk about it, but if you have it ready to go.
No, I just have a little snippet about it.
I don't have it. I just came across it. Yeah.
German people, including the Pennsylvania Dutch,
Yep.
speak in terms of hexing. So, I
Did the gypsies ever?
gypsies?
Yeah, didn't they dabble in some magic?
I mean, it's kind of like hoodoo and voodoo,
True.
and like how before the show I was telling you, I was kind of surprised to find out that the Irish were into cursing people as well, and it goes back centuries. There's a period of time from the 1750 to even up to 2018 that they were still using different rituals and beliefs to curse people and places, which
I guess gypsy curses were actually really a thing. Or Romani spells is what they're called.
Romani spells.
Yeah, Romani. So Romania, but Romani.
Huh.
Because that's where most, from the gypsy culture, most people where it originally came from was Romania. A lot of Romanians were gypsies. And they traveled the world. Like they didn't really stay in one place. They just traveled a lot. So if people came across gypsies, it was Romanians, which is a lot of people didn't like either because they were considered outsiders with foreign strange customs that they didn't like. Well, go figure.
Yeah. Well, see, whenever I think of gypsies, I don't think of any particular country being.
Oh no, I completely get it. That's why, because from what I remember when I kind of dove into it a little bit, the gypsies traveled all over the place.
Yeah.
So eventually, when they do settle, it's like, okay, well, what country are you from? Oh, the one that I'm settling in.
Yeah.
Not specifically because
I
they're
think of,
some
like hitchhikers, basically.
Well, yeah, they were a traveling group of entertainers. Gypsies were entertainers. They were much all about entertaining people. Well, they had strange pack. They're almost like the original circus folk.
Yeah, carnies.
Yeah, exactly. but not like, hey, come see the bearded woman or the
Lobster boy.
two-headed person. Yeah, lobster claw. Or that's another one we should talk about sometime.
Lobster boy?
No, just circus folk, misunderstood circus folk. Unless we've done that already, I can't remember. Yeah.
No, we haven't. It just makes me think of no, I can't think of the name of the show.
So, you talking about American Horror Story?
Yes,
That's a great season, by the way.
that season is my favorite.
Yeah. I was really sad when the small lady died. I was really upset about that one. I was so pissed. That was the turning point in the show for me where I was like, you know what, screw this, and just like throw my computer down and just like get mad at the world. But Angel said some believe there are tiny black holes all over. So you mean like galaxy black holes, like sucking in light and you can't see? What are we talking about here?
I know there's a lot of brown holes.
Hey now.
A lot of tiny brown holes all over the place.
Why you discriminate? Never mind, I'm not going to say it.
Being discriminatory. Maybe there's a splash of pink.
Just a splash?
I don't know. As he sips.
I can't remember if gypsies were or not. They might have been. But I thought the crystal bowl culture, I thought that came from oh gosh. It might have been. I'm not sure, Lori. That's a great observation, thought. That could be what
Actually,
it is.
From what I'm seeing here, crystal ball. Oh, never mind. That's saying something different. I typed in origins of the crystal ball. There we go. Origins of the crystal ball. Shit, they've been so crystal balls have been used for fortune telling and clairvoyance since at least the 1st century.
Yeah.
They've been used in one of the first known references to crystal balls comes from the work of the Roman Pliny the Elder, who described the use of crystal balls by soothsayers. At the time, crystal balls were referred to as crystallium orbis, and later as orbiculum.
Soothsayer sounds familiar.
Yeah. Crystal ball gazing became increasingly popular in Rome over the next several hundred years. While widely accepted by Romans, the practice was condemned by the Catholic Church. Go figure.
Well, yeah, it's the Catholic Church. They're going to demonize anything they can.
Yeah, it's looking like, from what they're saying, Romans actually are the earliest.
Where is Romania?
Well, it's not necessarily Romania. It's
No,
Rome.
I know it's Rome. Yeah,
A lot of like places like Italy, Greece, stuff like that.
Okay, so Romania is next to Hungary, Croatia, Bulgaria, over there.
Yeah. So, I mean, they were close to Rome, the whole Roman society. Like,
yeah. And Kim says, don't you think portals are black holes? Well, maybe. I mean, could be like wormholes too.
You never know until you find out.
Science. Angel says, I was watching a show, and the video physicist said they were all around us here on Earth, some as tiny as a hand. Maybe.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think they're as big as, where it's noticeable. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and you have to all think about dimensions too, right?
Yeah.
Like what we can see and what's our dimensions compared to an ant or an insect, because all that insect knows is what's right in front of him.
Yeah.
It doesn't know the grand scheme of things that we know. So there's things that we can't perceive that I definitely think exist. I mean,
So-
shoot, a perfect example: the light spectrum or the sound the sound spectrums. There's things that we can't hear, and there's things that we can't perceive. So we need technology to perceive it for us. Full spectrum cameras,
Here's a
classical tapes versus digital tapes.
so kind of getting back to the show's subject.
Sorry, I'm just going off on a tangent.
I was just reading this, and this was pretty peculiar. Tecumseh's curse and the American presidents. The curse of Tippecanoe, or Tecumseh's curse, is a widely spread explanation for why from 1840 to 1960, every U.S. president elected or reelected every 20th year has died in office.
Okay.
Rumor has it that Native American leader Tecumseh administered the curse when William Henry Harrison's troops defeated his forces at the Battle of Tippecanoe. So they put this on here. William Henry Harrison was elected president in 1840. He caught a cold during his inauguration, which quickly turned into pneumonia. He died in office on April 4th, 1841, after only 1 month. And then we go later, about 20 years, Abraham Lincoln was elected president in 1860 and reelected 4 years later. Lincoln was shot in the head, of course, April 14th of 65 and died the next day. James Garfield was elected president in 1880. Charles Guiteau shot him in July of 1881. Garfield died several months later from complications following the gunshot wound.
Jeez.
William McKinley was elected president in 1896 and reelected in 1900, again 20 years. On September 6, 1901, McKinley was shot by Leon, I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name, who considered the president an enemy of the people. McKinley died 8 days later. 3 years later, or 3 years after Warren G. Harding was elected president in 1920, he died suddenly of either a heart attack or stroke while traveling in San Francisco. Franklin D. Roosevelt was elected president in 1932 and re-elected in 1936, 1940, and 1944. Although his health wasn't great overall, he died rather suddenly in 1945 of cerebral hemorrhage or a stroke. 1960, JFK was elected president and assassinated in Dallas 3 years later. And then 1980, Ronald Reagan was elected president, and though he was shot by an assassin in 81, he did survive. Some say this broke the curse. George W. Bush, who was elected in 2000, escaped and went on to serve for a second term in his office. So,
Angel said, my third great grandpa fought in the Battle of Tippecanoe.
oh wow,
That is really cool. That's neat.
little tie in there.
Yeah, it's good. But interesting that Bush escaped the curse.
Well, Reagan survived it. He
Oh,
survived
Reagan's the
getting
one that
shot.
survived the curse.
So he broke.
Oh,
it.
yeah, Reagan did survive. That's right.
He got shot and he survived the shot, and that supposedly broke the curse.
Good
But
for
that's
him.
crazy. Every
That
20
is pretty
years
crazy.
that a president is elected, that president has died in office, whether it be in the first or second term. That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty nuts. Still really cool, though.
All right, we got more curse stuff for you guys. If you want to join us over on our patreon.com/Boogeyman Radio, it's only $2.49 a month, guys. You can come over there, support the channel, support the show.
It's cheaper than a tank of gas. I'm going to say that right now.
That's true. You get more of the show, more extra.
Sorry, not a tank of gas, a gallon of gas. Jeez.
Either way, you're right.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. It's way cheaper than a freaking tank of gas.
Yeah, come over there, support the show, get some extra show, and get some extra stuff. You get first view of anything we decide to put out on this channel. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe.
Which,
like.
speaking of that, the video's been up of what is it? Wow. McIntyre Villa. It's been up on our Patreon for how long now? A couple weeks?
Yeah, there's been a video up on there for a couple weeks.
The one with my experience?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't checked that out, highly recommend it. I actually had a friend of mine ask me if I'd been ghost hunting lately, and I told him that event, and man, that was a good one. That was cool.
The shoot, can't think of the name of the app you used. EchoVox.
Yeah.
Session.
That
pretty
was cool.
Dallas Cooper stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. We're going to jump over to our Patreon and get that posted for those of you that are going to be joining us over there. For those of you not joining us over there, we will see you next week, same time, same place. And we appreciate each and every one of you for joining us. Just know that.
Thanks. Good to see you guys. Take care.
Have a good night.